All right, what's going on, everybody? It's been a while since I have done a live video. There's so much going on out here in Las Vegas. So I wanted to give you an update with the Las Vegas housing market and cover a couple things. There's a lot of things that have changed out here in the marketplace. So I think it's very important that you guys get up to date. So there's a couple things that I do want to talk about, what's going on with the market, and I think this is very important. So I just pulled the stats today to kind of see where we currently stand as far as for detached single-family residents. And it looks like we have a total of 5,143 properties currently available that's listed for sale. And it looks like the median price point to be listed in today's market, it's at $485,000. Now, the crazy part about this was I thought it was going to go up to about $500K. It did peak around 5, but it literally did drop. So the median price point across the valley is $480,000. Now, check this out. This is pretty crazy because the average days on the market was literally 24 days, but now it is 33 days. But when I pulled the statistics was based upon 30 days. Now, if we look back in 30 days, this may not be that accurate because this also accounts for the month of December, and we know that real estate during the month of December is a little bit slow. But we did sell 1,319 homes in the last 30 days. Now, if we take a look at the standing inventory, right now, we're about 4 months supply. So, I mean, that's pretty much a healthy market. Now, I did go to Zillow to see what the rates are, and you guys can do this too as well. And for a 30-year fix right now is actually at 6.67%. And on a 15-year is at 6%. So I took a look at this. The median price point for a home at $480,000, if we did a 30-year fixed rate at 20% down, okay, with principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, is about $2,950 a month. That is pretty high. I mean, if you're only making like $6,000 a month, I mean, that's like half of your income. But I did take a look at the rental market. So the rental market, if we take a look, for roughly about 1,900 square foot of a house, is the exact same for what you could buy for it today at $480. You're paying roughly about $2,200 a month. So if you're sitting on the sidelines thinking, should I rent or should I buy at this time, right? Right now is probably a good time to rent. However, one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of buyers in today's market and what is going on, buyers are controlling the situation as far as buyers are getting closing costs paid for from the seller, and they're able to negotiate more than closing costs in today's market. Believe it or not, it is a buyer's market. The buyers have full control of the situation. And I'm starting to see listings, price reduction after price reduction. So if you're planning on selling your home here in Las Vegas, number one, what you need to do is take a look at the condition of your home, right? And based upon what is selling. And also you need to run the comps based upon the whole Las Vegas Valley, guys, okay? You can't just run the comps now in your neighborhood and just price your home for top dollar. You got to take a look at the condition, especially trends have changed. There are a lot of homes out there right now that it is completely outdated, or the style of the home has changed as far as the interior. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. So you have to price it very aggressively, and also it needs to be really in tip-top shape, moving condition ready, and also it needs to meet the current trends as far as like style-wise. Now, I've noticed on the new homes, okay, there are some standing inventories out there. However, there are some communities that tend to move pretty fast too as well. But on the standing inventories, I've noticed that we're able to negotiate anywhere from 3 to 4.5% towards closing costs. Now, this will be a case-by-case basis, okay? Now, majority of your deals will be with the standing inventory, so just keep that in mind. Now, there are some communities that are coming up that they may not give you as much as incentives like KB Homes. Like I've noticed KB Homes, they do have a couple communities that are in great location, but the only incentives is owner title policy and transfer tax. Other than that, that is it. But the median price point for a brand new home right now, hovering across the valley, is about $550,000. So the question is, do I buy a brand new home or do I buy a resale home? Now, there's pros and cons between the resale and the brand new homes. Now, I've noticed with the brand new homes, it's great. It's brand new, right? But you may not get all the bells and whistles. However, the builders right now, they're offering so much more in incentives. They know that the buyers, right, are payment sensitive. And I'm seeing interest rates all the way down to like 5.2%. Now, on the flip side, on the resale, right, you're only getting the rate, current market rate, as we discussed, at 6.6%. And also depending on what your lender is going to charge you too as well. But with the resale homes, believe it or not, that are like 3 years old, they're pretty much like move-in ready. The backyard is done. They've already did all the upgrades. So that's the downfall. But everybody always asks, is the interest rates going to drop? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. But what I know and what I feel is that will rates go below 6%? I'm going to say yes. I don't know when, but anything below 6% in today's market, believe it or not, that is a good interest rate. And I believe that I believe that the feds can't drop rates too much because they owe so much money. And with the new Trump administration, they will be printing a lot of money. So hopefully they can drop the rates a little bit lower to push the economy forward. However, the problem is that you're going to have hyperinflation. Okay. Now, a couple things that I do want to share with you, and I think this is very important. If you are a first-time home buyer and you have no clue where to start, okay, we are about to create a free webinar for the first-time home buyers. Now, with the free webinar, we cover a lot of things on the free webinar here. And I'm going to show you guys where to sign up, okay? So a couple things that we're going to be discussing on the webinar. It's how a real estate transaction is conducted here in the state of Nevada. That's number one, okay? Number two, we're going to be covering bank-owned properties, traditional sales, short sales, and brand new homes and for sale by owners. We're also going to be discussing what is customary practices. In today's market, who pays for what? Because Las Vegas is very trendy. It tends to change like every 90 days, okay? Also, we're going to be talking about disclosures and things that you need to be aware of and what you are signing. We're going to be discussing due diligence period and how that affects you as a buyer and the things that you need to look out for during your due diligence period. We're going to be covering the HOA resale package and how that works and what you should be looking out for in the HOA resale package. We're going to discuss the final walkthrough and how to make sure the things that you have negotiated are completely done. We're going to be discussing the HUD, which is the settlement statement. This is where you negotiated the deal. You get the final numbers. How do you make sure you are paying what you agreed to pay and the seller's not passing the fees off on to the buyer? Okay. We're going to be discussing closing costs. We're going to be talking about the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, and what's the difference between like Zillow and Redfin. How do you actually search for a property so that way you have every opportunity to take a look at all the properties that was actually on the market. We're going to also be discussing homestead. What is homestead? How do you file it, right? How do you protect yourself against creditors coming after you? How to pick the right lender. I think this is very important. So we're going to be covering this, okay? Also, we're going to be talking about the loan programs out there. What type of loan programs may fit you, may not, because what fits me may not work for you. We're going to be discussing FHA, VA, conventional financing at 5-20% down, also even 25% down. Also, when you're speaking to a lender, we're going to be discussing a good faith estimate, what to look out for, how to leverage out a good faith estimate to get you the best rates from when you're shopping from one lender to another. We're going to be covering over the time frame of closing, Also, we're going to be discussing the appraisal and also the home inspection. So if you guys are a first-time home buyer and you want to be a part of the webinar, what I want you to do is go ahead and look at the description. You'll see my telephone number, 702-319-1092. Just go ahead and text me, first-time home buyer, and we're going to set you up. We'll send you over a link for the webinar at the time and the date. However, keep in mind, this is going to take about an hour, okay? Depending on the questions that you have and how many people we have on the webinar. Now, there's a couple things that I've created, and I think this is also important. If you're looking to transition out here to Las Vegas and you want a relocation guide, so I've created this book here, or this magazine, whatever you want to call it. So this is a free relocation guide, and I want to give this to you at no cost, okay? So this is going to cover the things around Las Vegas and what Las Vegas has to offer, okay? And I think this is important, right? Demographics, okay? Schools, hospitals, right? So there's a lot of information on here. So I want to give this to you. So again, all you got to do is just give me a call. My number is on the description of the video. Also, I've created a free buyer's guide. This is over 60 pages. Now, this has taken me a very long time to create this. Now, this is a complete home buyer's guide. So this will actually work in any state. So if you're not even buying here in Las Vegas and you want this, I actually want to give this to you for free as a courtesy. All you got to do is just reach on out to me and just say, hey, I would like your free buyer's guide. This will give you a head start on the process of purchasing your home. And like I said, to get more in depth on a real estate transaction out here in Las Vegas as a first-time home buyer, just make sure to reach on out to us regarding the webinar. So guys, that's pretty much all I have for today. And if you have any friends or family looking to buy a home out here in Las Vegas, I definitely would love the opportunity to earn their business, okay? No matter if they're buying a brand new home or a resale home. Also, before I let you go, one thing I do want to mention is that I have made a shift in my business. One of the departments that we have created was a flip department. So if you know anybody, or if you have a home that you're looking to sell, let us go out, let us evaluate your home. Let's see exactly how much we can actually get for your home if we put it on the market, okay? Now, sometimes we may run across somebody that can't get top dollar for the home because the home was probably inherited to them, you know, their parents, grandparents, and the home needs to be rehabbed. They may not have the money to rehab that home. And if you're looking for a cash offer within like 7 days, quick closing, and that fits your criteria, and you're just looking to get rid of your property, I definitely would love to buy the home for cash. And we can literally close within 7 days, okay? So other than that, I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also, if you're just getting in the marketplace, make sure to visit lvhomeexperts.com.